हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आपका स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल सौरभ जेटली ट्यूटोरियल्स में। टुडे वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ मोशन फ्रॉम क्लास 9th फिजिक्स। द कंटेंट्स दैट आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन दिस पार्ट आर concept of motion, concept of rest. We will also understand what is meant by a reference point, what it implies when we say motion and rest are relative terms. Then we will discuss various types of motion. We will also understand what are scalar and vector quantities. So be with me till end of this video lecture and let's start. When we look into our surroundings, we see people walking, children playing, vehicles moving on roads, birds flying, etc. Plants grow and show movements depending upon the stimulus. Although these movements are not observable, walls and buildings seem stationary, but their atoms keep on vibrating. Inside our body, our heart beats and blood circulates. So, what is common to all? You guess it right, they are all moving, or we can say they are under motion. Let us now define motion. When the position of an object changes continuously with respect to its surrounding as well as time, it is said to be in motion. For example, a bus running on a road, a bird flying, etc. are considered to be in motion. Here, the position of bus changed with respect to tree, which is taken as reference. Hence, we can say bus is in motion. Let us understand what is rest. When an object does not change its position with respect to its surrounding as well as time, it is said to be at rest. For example, a house, books lying on a table, chairs, etc. These are all at rest. Students, in defining rest and motion, we used a term reference point. Let us understand what is it. A fixed point chosen with respect to something to which motion of an object is studied is called a reference point. Reference point can be anything. It can be tree, building, bridge, lamp post, a house, etc. When we need to specify the state of an object, whether it is in motion or at rest, we usually specify its position with respect to reference point. Now, what does it mean motion and rest are relative terms? It means that an object at rest in one situation can be in motion in some other situation and vice versa. It depends upon the observer. Let us take an example. Supposingly, you are traveling in a bus on a long journey. While looking at fellow passenger sitting in front rows, you think that passenger is at rest as his position is not changing with time and with respect to your position. But for another person outside the bus, all of you are moving. So we can say it depends upon the observer and the motion and rest are relative terms. Various types of motions are linear motion, curvilinear motion, circular motion, rotary motion, revolving motion, oscillatory motion, vibratory motion, periodic motion, etc. Let us discuss these one by one. Linear motion. Motion of a body is said to be linear if it moves along a straight line path. This linear motion is also called as rectilinear motion. It is basically a one-dimensional motion which takes place along a straight line. For example, marching soldiers, a car moving on a straight road, etc. possess linear motion. Curvilinear motion. If a body moves along a curved path, then it is said to be in curvilinear motion. The curved path can be in two-dimensional plane or in three dimensions. For example, roller coaster ride, skiing, etc. These are all examples of curvilinear motion. Circular motion. If a body moves along a circular path, then it is said to has circular motion. For example, hands of clock, blades of fan, whirling of stone tied to rope, etc. Rotational motion. Motion of a body is said to be rotational if it rotates around its own fixed axis. For example, merry-go-round, rotation of earth about its axis, rotation of tires of bicycle about axle. These are rotational motions. Students, an axis is an imaginary line through the middle of something. So, if an object rotates about its own axis, its motion is called rotary motion. Oscillatory motion. Motion of a body is said to be oscillatory if it undergoes to and fro motion about a fixed point. Such a body has two extreme positions and one mean position. For example, swing, pendulum, etc. Let us understand what is mean position and extreme position. Students, mean position is the position of rest of body, whereas extreme position is the maximum displacement on either side of the mean position. Vibratory motion. If the rate of oscillations is very fast, then such a motion is called vibratory motion. For example, plucking a string of guitar, hitting drum with a stick, vibrating spring, etc. They all possess vibratory motion. Periodic motion. If motion of a body repeats itself after a fixed time duration, then such a motion is said to be periodic motion. For example, rotation of earth about its axis, moving pendulum of the clock, revolution of earth around the sun, etc. These are all periodic motion. Students, remember one thing, we seldom come across by a single type of motion. Usually, a body can has more than one type of motion. Such a motion is called mixed motion. For example, a football when kicked by a player has rotating, linear and curved motion. Similarly, wheels of tractor have rotary and translatory motion. Wheels of train have rotary, curved as well as translatory motion. So always remember, a body can possess more than one type of motion. Now let us understand what are scalar quantities. The physical quantities which have magnitude only but no direction are called scalars or scalar quantities. For example, distance, speed, time, mass, volume, energy, etc. These are all scalar quantities. Suppose someone says he walked daily early in the morning and covers 4 km distance. As direction is not specified, so distance is a scalar quantity. If I say speed of my vehicle is 40 km per hour, it is again a scalar quantity as no direction is specified. Vector quantities. The physical quantities which have both magnitude as well as direction are called vector quantities or simply vectors. For example, displacement, velocity, force, acceleration, momentum, weight, etc. These are all vector quantities. Students, weight of an object is downward acting force with which earth pulls that object towards its center. Since it has direction, we say weight is a vector quantity. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग। अगर वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब माई यूट्यूब चैनल सौरभ जेटली ट्यूटोरियल्स। God bless you all. Take good care of yourself and happy learning.